Free thinkers, I don't think, I think just like the governors and mayors and president, Congress and the Senate should not have these terms for lifetime. You see, that's why a president, if he gets 4 years, he has 4 years to put in all his policies and his ideas of where the government or the country should be going. Right? Now, based on how good you are, they give you a second term, right? So you get 8 years to finish what you started, so the American people could say, well, this is a great idea. I like what this guy did. Now, after his 8 years, is for the next vice president or next presidential candidate to come in and say, if they were the same party, say, you know what? I like the idea that this person put in. I'm going to follow it, right? That's what the president gets to do. Now, governor gets to do the same thing. So is the mayor. Now I have a problem with the Congress and the Senate that they're in these positions for eternity. You see, because after a certain amount of time, are they really there for the people or are they there for themselves? Because I hear when they say the people at my constituents don't want me to do this. But some of these people I've never seen at a town hall meeting. So what town hall meeting and what constituents are you talking about? Is it me you're talking about? Or is it your mega donors you're talking about? Which constituents are you talking about? Because some of the things that this new president has put in place, and people have to understand this, the people voted him in. Regardless to what anybody think, the people voted him in. So while people are saying, oh, I can take my vote back, it's still not 39, 40, 50 million people saying they want their vote back. It's not. Until somebody's showing up. 54 million people say they're going to take their vote back. The media can't make one story into a couple of 100 million stories. It's just one story. Now, I think politicians should only serve 2 terms because after that, the constituents is not who they're looking out for, looking out for themselves. And it's on both parties. So before anybody come on my page and tell me, oh, the Democrats are doing so, oh, the Republicans are doing this, I'm an independent. Both should not be able to stay there for more than 2 terms. That's it. Because after a while, I don't think your constituents' best interest is what's in your best interest. It's your best interest, right? This is how we get to Bob Menendez, where they start taking money from foreign government and now lining their pockets. Now, some of these jobs are $400,000 to $500,000. And then when you see these guys network 12, 14, 15, $80 million, we're the American citizen is not paying you $80 million. So where's that money coming from? So which constituents are you talking about? The mega donors or the small guy like me and you? That's where we are, people. So to me, they have 4 years. So when they come to these town hall meetings and we say this is what we want, if in 4 years we don't see that, they don't get a second term, regardless to their race, sex, or who they identify as. If in 4 years you can't, and I don't want to hear you're getting a pushback. You're there to work for me, not for the mega donors and not for your self interest. And if we allow these people to stay more than 2 terms, they're now looking out for themselves. Because my salary, unfortunately, don't allow me to get 25 or $30 million, $8 million, $12 million. Some of these people were bartenders, whatever they were, and they put them in these positions because they figure once they put them in these positions, they could control them. But you see, you have to understand that the voters control you. And that's why the previous party is out. Because the voters decided that we saw what you tried to do to this president. And the voters still voted him in. Because the voters spoke. So I don't know when people say People are going to feel the listen. We as Americans, we've been always feeling the pain and the pressure. We, regardless to what party it is, we have been always feeling it. But the idea is that when you put Americans aside and now you start focusing on everybody else, then there's a problem, people. Because it got to be America first. People have taken advantage of us, and we have allowed them to take advantage of us because people take our votes for granted. You know, I want to say under the previous administration, because they gave these countries money, they never sat at the table for peace. Always war. Because we never sat them at the table, we gave them money, gave them military arms, and some of it, what I'm hearing, is being sold to a lot of these drug cartels. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly. Being sold to a lot of these drug cartels. So at some point, the guns and the ammunition and the things that are meant for warfare is going to end up on our local streets. But now that this president come in and says we're not funding anybody anymore, people now want to sit down and negotiate. Because there's no money going towards their wars anymore. But we have given people money that should have been taking care of Americans. And at some point, we got to start worrying about how Americans feel. You see, the media and everybody try to tell you that prices are going to get raised. Are you saying it wasn't high under the Democrats? Are you saying we didn't have inflation under the Democrats? Are you saying we didn't have a recession under the Democrats? But this president is in office almost 2 months, and you're making it seem as if it's 3 years. At least what he said he's going to do, he's doing. And in only 2 months, he's doing it. So I understand, everybody's in an uproar and the media is driving this. Okay? Give this man a chance. I know you guys love to hate him, but y'all don't know why you hate him. Y'all have brought up so many negative things about he's a racist. He kicking Ukraine out of here. Ukrainians out of here. He kicking everybody out of here who don't belong here. So how is he racist? Maybe he's just an American trying to look out for Americans first. So people, let's take feelings out of this and think logically, because as under the word of former President Obama says, this ship is going to take a little bit of time to turn around. That's what he said. This ship is going to take a little bit of time to turn around for it to head on a different course. So this ship is turning around. It's pivoting. Let's give it time to turn around and assume its new course. Free thinkers.